The Airbus A350 redesign will destroy Boeing. Here's why. The A330 model family served as the foundation for the initial concept that Airbus had for the A350 series. The introduction of Boeing's next generation 787 Dreamliner precipitated the necessity for a plane of this type, which came about after Boeing made the announcement. However, it is interesting to note that Airbus did not consider constructing a competitor for the Dreamliner until airlines brought up the possibility of having such a competitor. In point of fact, it had initially justified the design by claiming that it was only a reaction to the A330. It did not consider it necessary to react to the possible danger posed by the 787. Despite this, Airbus was eventually able to come up with a concept for what they call an A330-200 Lite after receiving support from various carriers. It was originally intended that the idea would be presented at the Farnborough Air Show in 2004, and the design would have included improved aerodynamics in comparison to the A330 series. Airbus had the intention of deploying engine technology that was comparable to that which is found on the Boeing 787. Despite the fact that Airbus finally decided not to debut the A330-200 Lite at Farnborough that year, the company continued to work on developing the aircraft. Redesigning occurs as a result to criticism. In spite of the fact that Qatar Airways had placed an order for the A350, lessors ILFC and Gekas had concerns about the aircraft. These leasing businesses were two of Airbus's greatest customers, and their respective presidents, Stephen Feff, Udvar, Hazy and Henry Hubschman, pleaded with Airbus to build the A350 as a clean sheet project with an entirely new fuselage design, rather than continuing to work on the A330. After some time, Airbus decided to redesign the A350 with a whole new fuselage as a response to the criticism that was leveled at the company. In July of 2006, instead of keeping the A330's 8, a breast cross section, it rebranded the family as the A350 Sabes, which stands for extra wide body. Because of this, it can normally accommodate 9 passengers each row in economy, although French B has introduced a high-density layout with 10 seats across the aisle from one other. In any event, the makeover was successful, as evidenced by the fact that Singapore Airlines placed an order for 20 plus 20 plus 20 options after just 4 days following the redesign. Although the redesign cost Airbus time, a delay of 2 years, and money, raised expenses from $5.3 billion to around $10 billion, it is possible that it prevented the program from being scrapped entirely. Current members of the A350 family. In spite of the fact that the redesign caused a delay in production, the A350 that Airbus was eventually able to construct has been quite successful. The most recent information that Airbus has regarding the orders and deliveries of the family indicates that the company has received more than 900 orders for the family, of which it has delivered more than 400. The following is a complete breakdown of these numbers showing how the two different options compare. Airbus's strategic A350 redesign reflects its intent to challenge Boeing's industry dominance by offering a compelling alternative for airlines. This move aligns with evolving alternative for airlines with evolving aviation trends, catering to stricter environmental regulations and heightened passenger expectations. By enhancing fuel efficiency, passenger comfort, and overall performance, Airbus positions the revamped A350 as a formidable contender against Boeing's offerings. This competition drives innovation and choice in the market, benefiting airlines and passengers alike while reshaping the industry landscape. The comprehensive A350 redesign reverberates across the entire supply chain, influencing engine manufacturers, airports, and even the tourism sector. Engine makers must adapt and innovate to meet new demands. Airports may need infrastructure adjustments, and the tourism industry could see shifts in travel patterns. This redesign's ripple effect underscores its significance, altering various facets of the aviation ecosystem in response to Airbus's forward-looking vision. For the Airbus A350 redesign to translate into success, smooth delivery, meticulous training, and a commitment to ongoing innovation are paramount. Ensuring timely and efficient delivery of the revamped aircraft to airlines is crucial to building trust and maintain momentum. Thorough training programs for airline personnel are essential for seamless integration and optimal operation. So, That is pretty much it for this video. Subscribe if you want to watch more.